When a loved one needs medical care, finding the right person that's going to go to their home, it can be difficult, even overwhelming, but a Promise to Care East can be your solution. They offer affordable, dependable, certified caregivers. So joining us today is Taniqua Walker, owner and director of operations for a Promise to Care East. I want you to tell us about your company.
We refer to ourselves as healthcare headquarters because we're a one-stop shop. So in our home care division, we are approved through the Ohio Department of Aging. We are currently contracting with CareSource, United Healthcare, Passport, and Buckeye Health Plan. We will send people out to do personal tasks for those clients that can no longer do those tasks for themselves. In our healthcare training division, we will certify them for CPR, STNA, first aid, home health aid. If there is a family member in the community taking care of a loved one, we will also bring them into our network to certify them and then ultimately employ them so that they can get paid to take care of that loved one.
And did I hear that right? Get paid. When a loved one needs medical care, finding the right person that's going to go to their home, it can be difficult, even overwhelming, but a Promise to Care East can be your solution. They offer affordable, dependable, certified caregivers. So joining us today is Taniqua Walker, owner and director of operations for a Promise to Care East. I want you to tell us about your company.
We refer to ourselves as healthcare headquarters because we're a one-stop shop. So in our home care division, we are approved through the Ohio Department of Aging. We are currently contracting with CareSource, United Healthcare, Passport, and Buckeye Health Plan. We will send people out to do personal tasks for those clients that can no longer do those tasks for themselves. In our healthcare training division, we will certify them for CPR, STNA, first aid, home health aid. If there is a family member in the community taking care of a loved one, we will also bring them into our network to certify them and then ultimately employ them so that they can get paid to take care of that loved one.
And did I hear that right? Get paid.
Yes, ma'am.
For taking care of them, which a lot of people don't even realize that. It's wonderful what you do for the community. Someone who wants to hear more information, get more involved, what's the best way to do that?
They can reach us at our office line, 216-282-3099. And on our website at www.apromisetocareeastllc.com.
A Promise to Care East. Taniqua, thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, we back with another Top TV. I'm here with my special guest tonight, Stephen Lovelace.
Yes.
Lovelace, not Loveless. And you running for city council.
At large. For East Cleveland.
So what's the difference between city council and city council at large?
East Cleveland has 3 wards, Ward 2, 3, and 4. Mm-hmm. As city council at large, you are responsible or have oversight for all 3. Now, there are also councilmen who have 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah.
Right. So and there's 2 positions available for city council at large.
So city council at large.
Yes.
I want to ask you, you emphasize you've been standing. First of all, you've been staying in East Cleveland for 35 plus years.
Yes.
You were Ohioan, but you lived in Dayton. You're from Dayton, but you are a resident of East Cleveland. Well, he's from East Cleveland. He's been here 35 years. So,
yes.
Anytime you're from somewhere 35 years, you from there. You know what I'm saying? You probably was born in Dayton, but you from East Cleveland.
Only 18 years of my life in Dayton,
okay.
Full time.
And then you came here to
via Bowling Green State University, then here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so you dedicated over 35 years to East Cleveland. Can you share a personal story that defines your connection to the community?
Personal story. Well, I guess a personal story is how I come to East Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay. How I come to East Cleveland is that I moved to East Cleveland to provide dialysis services for not provide dialysis services, but to become a dialysis technician at the Center for Dialysis Care at 116th, which is now on Stokes Boulevard. They moved a couple of years ago over there. And I stayed over fraternity brother's home that lived in Forest Hills, fell in love with the neighborhood.
116.
No, Forest Hills, East Cleveland, up Taylor.
Okay,
Up
yeah.
Taylor. Fell in love with the neighborhood, fell in love with the
Nice
house.
and green.
Nice and green, a lot of trees,
Yeah.
park-like, living in the neighborhood. And so I stayed with him for a couple months, not a couple months, couple weeks, got an apartment at Crystal Towers.
Yeah.
Stayed in Crystal Towers for 3 or 4 years. Met my wife at Crystal Towers. Met her as she was coming in from a party.
Crystal Towers. They closed Crystal Towers, right?
No, they're still open.
Oh, it's right here
Right here.
on Taylor.
On Terrace and Noble.
Okay.
Met her there. She was coming in from a party with a friend of hers, and I was coming in from a date, and we pretty much met at the elevator. And we started dating from that point, pretty much, and then we moved in together a couple of years after that. We moved out of the city to Shaker Square over there on South Moreland.
Okay.
Got married, and then my wife was a nurse at Huron Road. Our house, there was a house available. We were looking for a home after getting married, and there was a house on Oak Hill Road that was available. It was on the information board at work.
Yeah.
She called me. I have a daughter, Erica. Erica and I went over there to look at the house that evening because my wife was working evening shift. Fell in love with the house, man.
Got the house.
I got the house.
And so you've been here ever since.
Yeah, I've been living in the house for 31 years.
Wow. Your motivation to run. What specifically motivated you to run for city council at large at the moment at this moment in time?
Wow, it's a lot that motivates you.
Because we know East Cleveland got a lot of issues going on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know, from the police department all the way up to the mayor's office.
Correct. Not so. The mayor's office is not as like it was when Brandon was there, or when some of the other guys were there. Went through a lot of mayors.
Went through a lot of mayors.
A lot of mayors. Several of them have been indicted, gone to jail, or have been indicted. You know, and can't run in politics for whatever how long they've been stipulated. But what really got me is that I started going to the meetings. I started going to the city council meetings and just the decorum and how they're running the meeting. Now I've been in business for over 30 years, and just the way they're operating the meetings, a lot of emergency meetings.
No order.
No order.
Structure.
No structure.
It lacks structure.
It lacks a lot
because it got to have some structure to run.
Right, and you have guys not wanting the mayor have any wins. And the mayor not wanting the council have any wins. So who losing? The city's losing.
The city's losing.
So couple months back, I'm gonna say January, February, Judge Russo had an opportunity to, after going a couple of years to the council meetings, and then Mayor King got indicted.
Right.
They needed somebody temporary, so they opened the doors to see who wanted to be temporary. We all, it was about 20 plus of us went down to be interviewed with Judge Russo. And one of the people who were down there besides myself was Sandra Morgan, which is who's running for mayor now.
Yeah.
But she was interim for about 120 days. And within those 120 days, I started realizing that this lady has the opportunity to be part of the Renaissance, and I wanted to be a part of it. Okay.
So the Renaissance is bringing in a new regime.
Bringing in a new regime, bringing in a new attitude about city council, bringing a new attitude about the city and where you live in the city.
Yeah.
Understanding that we need street lights, we need good streets, we need houses that have good, safe porches. That's something that's simple.
We need to tear down things that ain't been occupied for over 50 plus years,
Yeah, well,
or revitalize them.
or revitalize them. A lot of old structures. You still have East Cleveland. And so as I'm going up and down the streets of East Cleveland and Euclid, start realizing that East Cleveland is truly a gold mine with the amount of traffic that goes up and down that street.
It's Millionaires Road.
Millionaires Row. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was your whole reason. You wanna bring back the feeling of strong history that East Cleveland have and the richness that it had.
Well,
Because it was one of the first black suburbs in America.
correct. I'm not sure if we'll be able to bring it back to where it was.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do believe we can bring it to a new beginning, to a new point where it's just as respected if it was in the 60s. Because when I moved here, my fraternity brothers were telling me you should have been here, man, 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And 20 years ago for me was 1966. So in 1966, I don't think we're going to bring 1966.
And people were saying that to me, like, yeah, in 1976, you should have been alive, to see it, see it thriving then, you know what I'm saying? So it's always that it should have been thing.
It should have been. Well, they had car lots, bowling alleys, movie
Yeah,
theaters,
everything.
everything. Now, when I moved to town, none of that existed.
Oh, really?
None of that existed. Only thing that was existed when I came in is gone now. It's like Dawes Rapid Creations.
Yeah. Peter Pan's.
Right, Peter Pan.
You know what I mean? Superfly.
Mr. Hero, Superfly.
Yeah.
Right. Best Gyro. Now, all that was there. It was even a... what's that? Baskin Robbins was right there.
Baskin Robbins, the shrimp boat.
Right. All that was there, but all that's gone.
You had the Love Fest that was real big here.
Well, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with
Where they used to bring celebrities right there on Lee Road and Euclid. And they used to block that place off, and it used to be a big festival right there.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah, in East Cleveland. That's where I think I first heard a Bone Thugs and Harmony record.
Oh, I can see that.
That they broke actually. People like Art McCoy was right there on that block. He had that. He was in that strip mall plaza right there.
Superfly.
Yeah, Superfly.
Yeah.
So it's never going to be back the same way, but we can clean it up to bring it to a new day.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have to get rid of the illegal dumping. I've had opportunity to ride around with one of the counselors, the current counselors. They gave me opportunity to see all the dumping.
Yeah.
There's systematic dumping. You have guys that have lots where they start at the back of the lot and they dumping all the way up towards the front. Dump, maybe 4 columns across. 6.
Like it's a dumpster.
Exactly.
The city's a dumpster. It's not, because if it was any other suburb, it would be stipulations and repercussions.
Correct. And East Cleveland needs inspectors. We rode around that day. We ran into about 3 or 4 guys that were working on homes and no one had any permits. So, they're bypassing the permit process.
They just working on houses.
Right. Like I said, it's the structure of the business, the structure of East Cleveland.
Well, it is a business.
It is a business.
You got to run it like a business.
You have to run it like a
business. Do you
business.
think that people and see Trump doing that right now while he's in office, and people have a real issue with that?
They do.
And you kind of got that same model.
I'm not pro-Trump, but I understand it.
Yeah.
Right.
You got that same model.
Right. And we have to be business about it. You have to kind of not so much be so hard-nosed and bypass situations, but work with the mayor, work with City Hall, work with the other counselors, if I become elected, work with the other counselors, and become a team. Yeah. Now, I know that myself are not going to be totally 100% how can I use it? The word in agreement with the mayor or with other counselors.
Yeah.
But it's okay to be disagreeable. Not stand.
You ain't gotta be. Everybody ain't gonna be just so.
Let's do it. And people have different opinions. Now, I've been in business. I've been in business well over 30 years. 25 of those years, I owned a dialysis business providing acute services across the United States, as far as San Francisco, Dallas. And when you're dealing with in 25, 30 locations at one time, you have to be agreeable.
Yeah.
You have to go into situations that may be tough because your staff may have done something or your equipment didn't perform when it did, and they're expecting you to be in St. Louis and the next day, and you are in St. Louis the next day, and when you get there, you resolve it. So that's the type of skill sets I come in as a resolver, a person who wants to bring decorum to the meetings, somebody who doesn't want to have emergency meetings just not to get anything done. We have a lot of that going on. Where we'll have a Thursday, they'll have a Wednesday, Tuesday regular meeting. There's something resolved they couldn't get done, so they'll move to an emergency meeting, but at the same time not having any committee meetings to be able to make those resolutions before you get to the meeting. You know, the main first and third week meetings that the council has for the public opening.
So, the council. What's the main structure? Is the city council sort of like Congress on a lower tier?
Kind of like
because
Congress. They bring the resolutions, they bring ideas to the table.
Because they gotta be in agreement with the mayor for things to happen.
They have to be in agreement with the mayor.
And the mayor gotta kind of be in agreement with all of them to make some stuff
for
happen.
those things that are based on the charter, yes.
Yeah.
You know, but again, not everybody may not be agreeable to everything within a contract, right? So you have to have some compromise. You know, I didn't get this what I wanted in the contract, but we are going forward. You still got to go forward.
A lot of stuff get voted like in the chambers by vote.
Correct.
So you know, like you say, you got to be agreeable,
you gotta be
you get shutdowns like we got right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're going to come back with Stephen, Lovelace. Make sure y'all stay tuned to this Top TV.
This your boy Craig Dunson, Paradigm Shift Recovery Services. When the way we see the world no longer works for us, this is where the paradigm shift begins. Here at Paradigm Shift, our mission is simple: to ensure that no person seeking recovery from mental health and substance use disorder need die without ever having had a chance to find a better way of life. Here, as Paradigm Shift Recovery Services, this is where the theory of recovery meets the practice of recovery. This is where we show you how to live through programs like psychotherapy, med management, medically assisted treatment, mental health and SUD case management, outpatient treatment, peer recovery support that is available 24 hours, 7 days a week. By who? People who are actually in the process of recovery. Authenticity is what we thrive on here. Authenticity is what we offer. So please, let us get into the trenches with you, no matter how hard it is right now, no matter how hopeless it may look. There is a better tomorrow, and sometimes we have to let go the illusion that somehow yesterday should have been better. So if you let us help you today, we can help you get to a better tomorrow. My name is Craig. I'm looking for you. 216-273-6888. Give me a call. Let's get this started. The time is now.
If you're seeking recovery and feeling alone,
I just wanna run this place so that I can run away with you. I need you to let me know.
Yo, we back with City Council at Large candidate,
Correct.
Stephen Lovelace. And Stephen, you running for City Council at Large. So is that just a seat on City Council at Large, or is that the head of City Council?
No,
at Large?
just a seat. You have a president of City Council.
Okay.
That would be the person that head of that, vice president.
Okay.
That's how that works.
So that's not somebody that's over or ward. That's not a councilman. That's not a councilman.
Yeah, we're councilmen.
So-
We're just council over the whole city versus over a ward.
Okay. I got it because I'm thinking councilman, stuff like that. So that's a seat. That's a seat, but y'all oversee the councilmen.
No, we don't oversee the council. We're equal to council.
Oh, y'all equal to council.
We just have total city responsibility.
Oh, okay.
And we support the other councilmen in anything they need also.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You emphasize steady leadership. What does that look like in action, especially in the city facing challenges?
Oh, steady leadership is making sure we stay on course. Stay on course in meetings, stay on course on city ideas, supporting the mayor and the mayor supporting us as leaders to create a 10, 20-year plan, bringing in businesses, leadership bringing in businesses to be able to support.
Yeah.
My idea is that whatever University Circle is not providing for their community, we provide. And whatever those things that are good, strong, structural businesses, people who can keep the snow shoveled in front of their buildings, people who can keep that storefront or something, or even buildings, businesses like a realtor.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a storefront realtor on Euclid?
Because there's so many storefronts on Euclid right now that has potential.
Abandoned.
Abandoned.
Great
but
buildings.
they got a lot of potential to make a lot of money if we can get people to occupy them. And do you think that the city is hard up on business owners that come into the city that's trying to do business? Do you think that is a problem there, or is it more of a relaxed set and letting communities grow and thrive?
Well, I believe that. No, I don't believe that I don't believe that the city is preventing people from coming in to do business. But what I do believe the city should do is go out and get people to come in and do business. We shouldn't be waiting for people to get business. I know that I'm not sure currently if we have a business development person, but a business development person goes and grabs business out from outside the city, bring them in, and show them the potential of the city.
Yeah.
I would just like to be able to be a part of that also as a city at large.
Yeah. With city at large, do they get into that type of business? Business development and stuff like that. That's one of their scopes of authority.
That's part of the scopes of authority. You have you got housing, you have contracts, you have construction. All that is part of the
city council at large.
City council, not just city council at large, but there's a lot of committees. Now, once you're on there, the president or yourself can pick and choose what committees you would like to head. But the president of the council will be the one who will give you that authority to go forward.
Yeah. You mentioned fixing the city's finance. What initial steps would you take to address the issues effectively?
Oh, bringing in business. Again, I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. So bringing in business. That's how I see myself fixing it. We're the most important person in that is the mayor and finance director and law director.
Yeah.
That's those guys. Our guy for us is to help bring in grants to be able to do things. Anything that the mayor may ask within our preview that we should do.
Let me ask you this, Stephen, because they have had people come in. East Cleveland have had individuals come in and invest into the city.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like at this present moment that trust has a lack of trust because the things that's been going on has made national news?
Correct.
Within on the political side in East Cleveland. So do you think that the trust has to be built back up out there in the world for people to come and actually do business in East Cleveland?
Yes, I do.
And invest? Yes,
I do. I do believe that there's a trust factor and a stable government needs to be seen.
Yeah. Engaging in the community. How do you plan to involve residents in financial decisions or city planning to ensure transparency and trust?
Well, we're talking about street clubs, how those clubs will support city council.
Yeah.
Giving people opportunity to have conversation. They have them now, actually, at city council, be able to have conversation a couple of minutes before the meeting and a couple of minutes as the meeting starts to wind up. Yeah.
Street club is very important too. I remember staying in the Glenville community on 112th, and my grandmother and my mom helped engineer the street club and put it together because it was so much going on in the community. And they actually did a lot of cleaning up of the community and made the streets better and was able to get councilmen's attention to do more in the community and to have a safer approach and a cleaner approach.
And the cleaner approach. And the people who live there and want to help us identify priority. What may be my priority may not be what the street's priority is. So if that street club would give us opportunity to be more focused on priority.
You plan to support seniors? No, I'm sorry. As a father and a grandfather, how do your family values influence your approach to the community leadership?
Oh, treat it like it's my family.
Yeah.
Treat it like it's my home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's well kept. Very well spoken. Handling his business. Like you say, he's been doing business for over 31 years, running his own dialysis company.
Right. Well,
and still doing it right now.
Well, we ended up selling the dialysis company back in 2016.
Okay.
My business partner died 2014.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, tough. And during that time, I sold it to a company called Center for Dialysis Care, local. That's who I started with when I first moved to town. That was my first employer here in town. Sold it to those guys. I was their chief operating officer for 3 years. And then, when you sell a business, there is a time that you got to let the baby go and they let you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I ended up.
They did it to Steve Jobs, hey.
Right. So 2018, almost 19. I was with them for 3 years. 2019, I did nothing. In my entire life, man, I have never done nothing. And so 2019, I tried to figure out what I wanted to do, what direction I was going to go. But 2018, I'm just going to kind of regress a little bit. 2018, April, put together a staffing, while I was working at the Center for Dialysis Care, put together a staffing company, and just in name and with LLC. Didn't have no operation. Of course, COVID came in 2020.
Yeah, COVID came like a storm.
Yeah, it came like a storm. A friend of mine, more than a friend, an employee of mine, ex-employee of mine, who was over the program at University Hospital, gave me a call, asked me did I have any labor. I hadn't even started the business, didn't have any activity. I said, well, let me get my contracts together first.
And I'll holler at you.
About a week I got back, and University Hospital was our first client.
Hey, and do you think that's, and this is a little off topic, but do you think that's a thing to do once you get a business and you get it thriving? Is it a good thing to sell? Because I hear that a lot. People say, well, once you get a business up and running, I want to sell the business. I'm hearing a lot of people say, I want to sell the business.
Well, it's hard to, it's kind of hard to, you grow it, then all of a sudden you're getting rid of it. For 25 years, it was hard to sell.
Yeah, like who would really sell their business?
Well, it's all about the what are you getting out of it?
Yeah.
If you're getting out of it, and I don't consider myself a serial entrepreneur or anything like that. But if you're going to go into another business,
come on, Steven, you got to be a serial entrepreneur. You've been an entrepreneur all these years.
All these years, yeah.
Yeah, your whole life almost.
Pretty much. My parents were entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in your blood.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: you plan to support seniors to age in place. Why is this important, and what initiatives will you implement to achieve this?
Well, first of all, I'm a senior. I'm 66, right?
Okay.
And so, do I want to go to a nursing home, or do I want to be able to age in place in my home? So, if I'm going to age in place in my home, I got to make sure my home is prepared for me to age in place.
Correct.
Right, and that's kind of where a lot of seniors are in this town. So if you're, and East Cleveland has a large amount of people over the age of 65. It's huge. So, if you want to age in place, let's start working with the area on aging, because that's the top program in town, to see if we can get your house put together so you can age, or
so you can function right there.
Right, or tell you it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
It's going to be either or, because not
It
every,
is. I mean,
right. Let's be. I'm always been straight
we
up.
try to be transparent. As
Right,
we can.
right. You may not have a home that you can do it in.
So what do you suggest for somebody like that? Because you got a lot of people who are older people in East Cleveland that own property, and they've been owning it for a long time. And so, what do you suggest them sell? What do you suggest them do?
I can't make that decision for them.
You can't really say. Steve said you ain't gonna throw me under the bus.
But you do have to have. But you should have that information.
Yeah.
You should be. No one should be told nothing. Well, now you're good. And you're not good. You should be told the truth. So if you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Right. If you're not, you're not.
Right. What specific measures will you take to enhance safety in East Cleveland, particularly with the police force expansion?
Well, safety is a tough thing. East Cleveland, it's kind of hard to say what. And I have to get in for some of this stuff, right? I have to be in.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee. Got some great people who I'm running against me. But to get in, you really have to see it. We only have 15,000 people. We only have three square miles of East Cleveland. It's not a big town. Mm-hmm. So some people may want more surveillance. I mean, maybe on some major street corners we have optics, cameras. Yeah. A lot of people don't want Big Brother. So how do you have this safety put in and not be Big Brother all at the same time?
Because let's be honest, the police force is not that large.
No, it's not. We got 20. My understanding is, and I'm not in, is 22 police officers.
And that's not a lot of police to police 15,000 people.
Yeah, and a lot of young guys because East Cleveland is more of a training ground. They're not paying them as much as South Euclid may be, or University Circle, or even Medina.
Training day.
right, Denzel type of situation.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, we're going to come back with Stephen Lovelace. Make sure y'all stay tuned to this Top TV. Yo, we back with Stephen Lovelace, East Cleveland City Council at Large candidate, November 4th.
Correct.
So make sure y'all go out and vote. Make sure y'all go out and vote for the best candidate. Stephen is saying that he's the best candidate for the job, and he's coming in to make some great changes, hopefully.
Or be part of great changes.
And be part of great changes.
Yes.
Because that's the main thing that we got to understand in East Cleveland. We got to work together.
You got to work together.
We can't be like, everybody's for a free-for-all. It got to be a team effort to make this place thrive.
Right.
Because we right in between Cleveland and Euclid. We clean East Cleveland up. We got a great place.
Oh, we got a great place.
We got a great place to be.
And we'll create more traffic coming down Euclid.
Way more traffic, that's a lot. That's going to be a whole lot.
Which is the lifeline of East Cleveland.
Which is the lifeline.
Which I believe is the lifeline of East Cleveland.
Yeah. And speaking of that, can you discuss your plan to repairing streets and addressing issues like potholes and streetlights?
Well, those potholes and streetlights, a lot of that is they're separate. They're separate, but the potholes are a lot to do with just not following up on contracts, I believe. Mm-hmm. And us needing to have more inspectors and guys who understand street repair. I don't understand street repair, but I do understand that we need guys
in place for that.
In place for that. And I'll tell you how I feel about that. Like dialysis. I don't know how to fix a dialysis machine, but I know I need equipment repair guys.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I don't know how to repair a street, but those inspectors need to know how that street needs to be repaired and what's important. So we have good guys that we can turn to and say, okay, tell me about what's going on.
What strategies will you employ to attract and support small businesses in East Cleveland?
Well, let's talk about the Dunkin' Donuts, okay? I had nothing to do with Dunkin' Donuts coming to town, but it's one thing I do know about.
Is one in town now?
Oh, yes, one in town now, where Teriyakis used to be.
Okay, yeah.
Right there.
That would be considered downtown East Cleveland.
That would be considered, I would think that would be considered down. That's the busiest economic center of East Cleveland right now.
Yeah.
Right now. I would say for us to drive business to East Cleveland, we got to take care of the business that's already here. Mm-hmm. We got to make sure that business understands that we want you here, and whatever we need to do to keep them here, we need to do to keep them here.
Because there's been several businesses, let's be honest, there's been several businesses there.
Yeah, several businesses there. But also the businesses there have to clean up around there. They got police themselves.
Yeah.
They can't just let people just hang out all night in their businesses expected to survive.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the longest surviving business there was White Castle. It was there for a really very long time.
It was there for a long time.
White Castle was there for a long time. Then churches came.
Yeah. Which is my favorite chicken.
Yeah, then churches came. Then you had Teriyaki Express, I believe.
Yeah.
Except for a little bit, then you had Teriyaki Express. Now we got Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, you have to understand Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know the guys. I haven't met them yet. But the guys who normally own franchises like that, they own multiple franchises. They do their homework. The corporate does the homework. I'm assuming they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have a history as a job creator. What unique opportunities do you see for job creation in our community in East Cleveland?
Job creation, I see the businesses. That's where the job creation is, the employees.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts probably has 6-7 employees.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of where I see it at.
Yeah.
Bringing business in Cleveland will bring the tax dollars to Cleveland, which will be able to give us more revenue.
And you see Cleveland, you see McDonald's and Taco Bell, they ain't went nowhere. So it's money in East Cleveland.
It is money in East Cleveland.
It's money in East Cleveland. But you got Pizza Hut, you got McDonald's, you got Taco Bell, now you got Dunkin' Donuts, which is 4 major franchises.
There's no Pizza Hut in East Cleveland.
It's not in the plaza over there?
No, and the Pizza Hut is now a beverage store.
Ah, okay. They was there for a little bit. They survived for a while.
Yeah, when I first moved to town, I used to have pizza at Pizza Hut.
Well, I thought it was one in the plaza, a smaller incubator of the Pizza Hut. It is a Pizza Hut up there in Forest Hill Plaza.
Right across the street from where it used to be?
Yeah. Yeah, yup. But it's carry out. It's carry out only. It's not a sit-in, of course. Your volunteer work has spanned 2 decades. How has these experiences shaped your views on community leadership?
Yeah. Being in business for 2 decades, for 20 plus, actually almost 3, you got to have backbone. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to resolve problems. Gotta
be a problem solver.
You got to be a problem solver. Like we were talking earlier, being an entrepreneur is not easy.
Yeah.
You have to see how you're going to make it every day. It's on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to carry some of that on my shoulders with East Cleveland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we'll be right back with Stephen Lovelace. Make sure y'all stay tuned in this Top TV.
Mm-hmm.
They still talking about it. Me, I'm living it. LKE, that's what the business is. Lindy Yin back up in here. It's a tough pill for you to swallow, but I've been here.
Yo, shout out to A Promise to Care East LLC. They're offering free training for STNA, and if you got a loved one that you're taking care of already, you can get paid to take care of that loved one. A Promise to Care East LLC.com. Make sure you go, my colloquium off. Make sure you go check out that website, sign up, become an employee, get training, whatever you need. Tonika Levy is great. You know, you want to get with her and her staff. They're doing amazing things. And they also have a Christmas giveaway coming up too. So go to our page right here, peruse our page, and check out some of the things that I got going on, because I got information for that as well if you want to check that out. But A Promise to Care East LLC.com is if you need a job. They starting off at about $22 an hour if you got some experience and things like that. So that's pretty good money, you know, if you need some type of income. I'm here with Stephen Lovelace, City Council at Large candidate, November 4th. Make sure y'all go vote, people. You know, we looking for change in the city of East Cleveland, and it starts with your vote first. To put, you know, you got to come out and not just not vote. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
That's the major thing, is to get you in there voting. How do you plan to engage and support youth in East Cleveland as part of your city council initiatives?
Well, you know, the parks. I'm a cyclist.
Yeah.
You know, but the parks and make sure.
Man, I think I did see you riding around here, man, or
Yeah.
something like that during the summertime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ride to work from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah, I ride to work from time to time. With the youth, you know, support the summer programs. I'm not sure if we have a baseball program. I know the East Cleveland Chiefs still around.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, more things for the kids.
Well, they got the
park.
They got the community center back up and running.
Yeah, Martin Luther King is back up and running.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing.
Strong too.
East Cleveland, I am pro Forest Hills Park. It really needs a makeover. Yeah. There's no running water there. Mm-hmm. So you really have no bathrooms unless you go to a porta toilet. But you know, that's the only thing.
Why is there no running water there?
It's an old park that cost a lot to get it back to where it was.
Yeah, that's a huge park.
It's a huge park.
It's a huge park because it spans basically the whole, I want to say, western side of East Cleveland.
Southwestern.
Yeah, it spans that whole peninsula.
It goes all the way from Lee Road up the hill, then all the way to Superior.
Yeah,
pretty much Superior and Terrace.
Yeah, that's a huge park.
It's a huge park, and it's a big endeavor. If we get the opportunity,
Rockefellers, where y'all at?
That's my thought too. But if we get the opportunity to work with Metro Parks again, I would like to do that.
How do you see Metro Parks coming in?
Can
we bring them in?
Metro Parks had an opportunity to come in. The council that's currently chose to vote against it.
Bad idea.
I thought it was a bad idea.
Terrible idea, y'all. Mm-hmm. Because the cleaner the parks, the better people can go in there and don't leave them trashy and trash is everywhere. Yeah. We probably need to get some type of irrigation running back through there where the bathrooms are capable of running sufficient.
Bathrooms, or at least if there are
Fountains.
If they are porta toilets. So I've seen some out in my wife family had their family reunion out in I want to say Strongsville. I want to say that was Strongsville at Metro Park, and they had porta toilets, but they were permanent ones. All they do was just come and suck it out and do it that way. But pavilions. We only have one pavilion, but there's no running water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a place that where maybe you can have, grills. You can put a grill in, a big long grill where you can maybe put about 7 or 8 slabs on for a family reunion.
Because East Cleveland got a rich history of individuals, and they always show up every year, especially for the Shaw reunions and things like that, to show they support and they love for East Cleveland, and they go to that Forest Hill Park. But I think if we had a better structure at the parks, and made it look more beautified, that things would be a lot different.
Like you were talking about, what are we going to do? Maybe pickleball, better basketball court, better, more baseball diamonds for the kids. And I'm not talking for the boys, also flag football for the girls. Just athletic things to keep them until they won't be overweight,
Is that side of East Cleveland? So you got the one with the pavilion, then you got across the street. Is that East Cleveland too, right there with the baseball diamond?
No, that's
Cleveland Heights.
That's Cleveland Heights.
And it's just a difference.
It's a big difference in the parks.
It's like a difference.
They're a much smaller park though.
Yeah.
Much smaller park.
But it's just like you can see the difference. It's cleaner. It's cut. The grass is trimmed often. So, but the police also come up there and do their academy up there too.
Correct.
They definitely got to keep it well.
Oh, they do cross country up there. They do what they call cyclocross for bicycles riding through the woods. They got.
Oh yeah, they doing it. Mm-hmm. How will you work with both political sides to foster a united approach to governance?
I don't know what you're talking about. Republican, Democrat. East Cleveland's like 90%, 95% Democrat.
Both political sides. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It's 90% Democrat?
Yeah, pretty much, if not more.
Yeah.
It's a.
Do you have any Republicans? Is it any Republicans?
No Republicans that I know of are running for city council at large.
Maybe I might.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to live in East Cleveland first.
Well, I'm a resident.
Okay.
I'm a resident. We
Excellent.
just acquired some land, in East Cleveland. Let me ask you this. What are some common concerns you hear from residents, and how do you plan to address them if elected?
Well, the most common concern is what you mentioned up earlier, and I didn't really get a chance to talk about, is the light, making sure the street lights are up, making sure the street roads are good. They want a reduction in crime. They want to see kids. A lot of guys want to see kids again. The city schools, I have nothing to do with the city schools, but the city schools have gone from 20, Shaw was built for 2,500 people, only 400 students go.
That's a huge school. And let's be honest, we got to get them kids back in school because the government will come and shut that building down.
Yeah, they can. And the city, if why use all that energy and
finance and resources?
And right, if you only need 2 custodians, if you got 1 custodian on one and 1 custodian on the other, you may only need 1 custodian. At some point, it becomes economic.
Looking 5 years ahead, what do you hope to accomplish during your time in office if elected?
Clean up the dumping, clean up the streets, get the lighting, get people's porches. See if there's a grant out there for porches and steps. Yeah, that's a big issue. Walking, since I've been canvassing the city, that's a huge issue. We have probably, I can't count it, but we have a lot of feral cats, a lot of cats, and a lot of groundhogs.
It's the forest city, so
yeah, it is, and that makes it tough. But we also have a lot of abandoned buildings, so those got to come down. Yeah. Or if they don't come down, like you said, but they got to be resurrected.
Yeah, they got to be revitalized.
You're right.
How do you envision working with organizations like the National Kidney Foundation or Bike Cleveland to enhance the community health and safety?
Well, those are organizations I have worked with. The National the National Kidney Foundation. I've been with them. Well, I'm no longer with them any longer, but I was with them for over 20 years as a board director, starting in Columbus, Ohio. We support the National Kidney Foundation when they decided they wanted to come up to Cleveland and do a lot of their information here. So out of our offices, they worked for the first maybe 3 or 4 years. The Fatherhood Initiative. I am I guess I call myself a coach. For the boot camp for dads. A lot of guys don't know. They're 19 years old, not even that, 16 years old. Now they're becoming dads. They don't even know how to hold a baby, how to wrap a baby, how to diaper a baby. So I've been doing that I did that for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, a lot of that go along with being community.
That's all about being community. And that supports the youth too. As far as Bike Cleveland, I was on their board of directors, and that's all about safe biking across the health. A lot of the health. That's why that's the only exercise I do. So I get out. I usually get about maybe 20 to 40 miles in a week.
Good to say. It's good to say you winded, huh?
Yeah.
Long-winded.
Yeah.
What methods will you implement to ensure residents' voices are heard in local government decisions?
Oh, let them have a voice.
Yeah.
Let them come up and speak at the meetings. Street clubs.
Yeah, street clubs. Don't be cutting them off in the meet, because I seen some of y'all up in there in the meetings cutting folks off when they trying to express themselves. And residents, you got to come in there and know that people got stuff going on too in the city hall. You can't try to come in there and run over people in city hall. You got to come in and express your concerns, and then you got to put it into action by being a pillar of the community.
Right.
So do you think that's something that people need to be more forthcoming with, being pillars of their community?
Well, I think that there should be more people running for office. I think people who believe that they have something to give, not just to come and take.
Yeah.
Because I believe that's what has been happening in the past, where guys come in to take what the city has to offer versus a giving. I'm not trying to get anything out of this but a good city.
Yeah. And that's what we need. As we wrap it up, what is the key message you would like to convey to the voters about why they should support you?
Well, again, I'm an entrepreneur. I think forward.
Yeah.
I have a great vision on what the future is to hold. I'm an operational specialist, so there's things out there that I can see. Yeah, I do have chief finance officer, chief CEO, but operations is my forte.
Yeah.
And I believe that's something that I can put it all together. Being able to see things ahead of itself.
Yeah, you got somebody who's ready and willing to give to the community and not take from the community, and looking to build it up. And a person that's been living there all their life. And I know that some of you guys that's been in office been living there all your life, but y'all haven't been in a position to operate multiple entities under one umbrella. And so I'm thinking you, Steven, have been doing that for a long time. You would be a prime candidate for that. I met a couple other candidates that said they was running too. But as I listen to your resume, you possibly are a prime candidate for that. So get out and vote November 4th. Steven is running. You got other candidates running. You heard his pitch. If any of you other candidates want to come on here and say what you got to say, come on through. We more than welcome. We more than love to have you. But Steven has taken the opportunity to come on here and talk about what he's willing to offer, what he's willing to do for the community. And I'm glad you came on, man,
I appreciate it, man.
talk about the whole run, because a lot of people don't come on and talk about. We don't get to talk to people before they run.
Right.
They just run. They just be in office in East Cleveland.
Right.
And although that I'm not really a citizen of East Cleveland, I live around the area.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I do business right on the border.
Right on the border.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm in East Cleveland almost. So it's just important that we look into the people that we dealing with as city officials, and the residents should be coming out to elect the proper person and hear everybody's pitch on why they should be in office.
Yeah.
Steven's done his, so make sure y'all go out and vote. Also, make sure y'all go and check out Paradigm Shift Recovery. Paradigm Shift Recovery is for people who are going through substance abuse, returning back into the community, and need some type of support. ParadigmShiftRecovery.com is where you want to go and check that out. And my man Craig, he's definitely somebody that's compassionate about recovery, compassionate about returning to society, and he can definitely help you get on the road to recovery. You know what I mean? So you want to get with Craig Dunson. It's his name on Facebook. Craig Dunson is his name on Facebook. Like I said, also a Promise to Care East LLC.com is where you can go get that job. If you got family members that you're taking care of, they can train you and you can make money while you're helping take care of your family members. A lot of y'all taking care of your family members, and it is as a daunting task. You got to leave and go to your job, then come back and take care of your family members. This way you can stay at home, take care of your family members, and get paid to do it. So you want to get with Toniqua Levy. Also, you want to get with youandthelaw.org. Jermaine Levy is another sponsor of the show, and Jermaine Levy has, I want to say, all of his books are in tablets. All of his tools of instruction, his courses are on tablets in the penitentiaries around Ohio. For those who feel like they've been locked up unjustly, he got a course that you can read and learn how to get free. And we got the interview up on my YouTube / the outlet platform Top TV, where you can go and listen to Jermaine's interview and then he brung somebody that he actually helped get free 2 years earlier than they were supposed to get released. They was going to do 7 years. He got with Jermaine. Jermaine got him 5 years, because of legalities and fumbles in this case. So youandthelaw.org, Jermaine Levy on Facebook. Make sure you get with them. Thanks, Stephen, for coming through.
Appreciate it.
Keep on watching Top TV. Till next time, y'all.
Thank you.